What's up, guys? Buckle up because you're about to enjoy an excellent Snaps game preview where we tell you everything you need to know about this weekend's game and probably some stuff that you didn't. Enjoy. So we'll start on New Year's Eve, the Fiesta Bowl, Penn State versus Boise State. And Aaron, this does not, styles make fights and all those other cliches you like to talk about. Stylistically, I don't know if there would be a great matchup left for Boise, but this is one of the worst in terms of Boise has no ability to threaten Penn State where they are potentially weak. Like, this is a Penn State defense so big, so strong, so fast. The only way you can beat them is with electric playmakers on the outside and great quarterback play. And while Ashton Jeanty's electric, Aaron, there's just no way that they're going to be able to create the offensive success needed to win this game.
Yes, but you do go back and look at the Oregon game, and I know that was early in the season when Oregon was not playing like the Oregon Ducks that we know now, but Ashton Jeanty ran the ball 25 times for 192 yards and 3 touchdowns, 7.7 yards per carry. So, maybe that's before that he was the Heisman Trophy runner-up and all focus is on him, but like he's been that player all year and has dominated, obviously against lesser opponents, no doubt about that. But, I think for Boise, like Madsen has to bounce.
Real quick though. Oregon's rush defense significantly worse than Penn State's.
I agree.
100%. Middle of the pack, they give up 4 yards a carry, 10 touchdowns. Penn State gives up 3 yards a carry, a Big Ten low, only 7 rushing touchdowns on the year. Again,
I'm just trying to compare him to like a Big Ten team, like someone that we all know and can digest compared to Mountain West teams they faced all season. So like it has been done against a quality. Like we're not out here saying Oregon's not a quality defense. It's just still a really good defense. Are they good as Penn State? Are they good stopping the run as Penn State? No, they're not. But he has done it against a quality team on the road, and this is going to be a neutral site. So he has to have that game, and obviously Madsen has to balance it out a little bit. Is this going to happen? Is Ashton Jeanty going to run for 150 plus? Is Madsen going to throw for 200 plus and take care of the football? I doubt both of those. This is not a good matchup. I'm just trying to lay out what the chances are. They're slim. Let's just
I mean, Kevin Jennings looked like a man who was under aerial bombardment, truly shell-shocked, battling the front. Like
home field. That place was rough.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the stadium pulse was out of control. Like if you were to bring up Kevin Jennings' play art, it just would have been a mass of scrambled lines, no idea what's going on, red question marks, all that. That said, I don't care about home field or not home field. I think Penn State will likely have a better crowd at this game. And even if they don't, Aaron, like that Penn State defense applies home field pressure.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how Madsen is going to handle that. Whereas in Drew Aller, you got a guy who has been gaining in confidence all year long. Even though he's thrown more picks this year, we actually like his year better this year because he's playing. How do I word this? Because I just say gaining in confidence, but what's a better way to say it? Like he just feels way more. He feels way more sure of himself, his role in the team, and how he creates wins.
I feel more sure of him. Like as a fan, you should too. Like you should look at Drew Aller and not heading into this game as a wild card. I think that's a better way to say it. Like to me, he's not a wild card anymore. Drew Aller, I have faith in Drew that Drew's going to produce, that Drew's going to make plays, that if things do get kooky, Drew has the ability to make plays in the third and fourth quarter. He's done that for the majority of the season. Hell, he did that even in the loss against Oregon, making plays down the stretch. So I have faith in Drew Aller. I have faith in the running backs. I have faith in Warren. If there is one area of weakness for Penn State, it continues to be the playmakers on the outside. I think they're just average at best.
But this is not the game where they're going to be
worried about it.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Not a game you need it.
Drew Aller also is looking more and more like Josh Allen. I don't know how, like, maybe
not as fast. No,
I don't mean, bro, he's not fucking nearly as good. Well, he's actually way better than Josh Allen was in college for whatever that's worth. But no, I'm not saying he just physically fucking looks like him. He's a giant white guy that's looking more and more confident running the ball. and making plays with his legs. And speaking of gaining confidence, it's just how things continue to line up Aller in terms of getting him more confident going into whatever the next game is. Again, hopefully Boise proves us wrong, but with what we just saw this weekend, it's hard for me to get to a place. Like, I don't see how Boise wins when they have less talent and they have a style when you're talking about wanting to really run the ball that, in my experience, is really directly tied to your talent. Like air raid, stuff like that, you can overcome these talent deficiencies. And granted, there is the Boise Oregon game that's proving this theory wrong, which I've never really seen that much of. But like generally, if you want to run the ball, you got to be as talented, or if not more talented than the other team, like Boise wants to. And I just think this is a nightmare matchup for them.
Another way for victory for Boise State. We've seen it this year with certain teams that are underdogs and overmatched in certain games, is you have to shorten the game. I think the one thing for both these teams is they do like to play a slower pace of football. They do like to commit to the run. This game should be quicker, a lot less possessions for each team. And I think Boise State has to really push that button a little bit. I think Boise State has to say, you know what, our defense, can they get some stops? Because this isn't like a high-powered Penn State offense by any means. Like, they have their days. They have their really good days.
They're
they have
very
good
days on a play-to-play basis. They're very, very good, like success rate, analytically, but they have no explosivity.
They're very slow, though, too.
Yeah.
Yes, no explosivity. That games where the point total is not a crazy amount. Why was Vanderbilt successful early on the season? Then their kind of stick got spilled in the second half. They slowed games down or sped them up, or however you want to look at it. Each team had less possessions. Boise State, no matter if Ashton's having a good day or bad day, you have to stay committed to your guy. You got to continue to feed him. And you got to hope that you can just milk out like 4-minute possessions, 6-minute possessions.
No,
to me, that's the only way.
Boise's actually in the rare situation where if they get down, they can just keep running the ball, because you're not going to pass your way out of this. So you're kind of freed from the paradox of choice. Like, you don't have a choice. Yeah. I'll never forget one of the craziest comebacks I've ever seen in my football lifetime. It was that NFC Championship, Seahawks-Packers. And Seahawks down multiple scores, but it was a fascinating game because they just continued to run the ball.
Yeah,
like against all, because they had Marshawn Lynch. That's what they did well. There's like, fuck it, we're gonna run our way to come back, and it actually worked. And so, like, Boise, you can't abandon the run. You got to stick with it. So, as Aaron said, maybe it shortens the game. You keep it close enough. You come up with the big turnover. Again, unfortunately, Penn State, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. They've got more NFL guys on both sides of the ball. They got 2 great running backs, a big old quarterback that factors in. You saw Rojas this last weekend. Abdul Carter. It's just too much. It's just too much. Penn State wins. Penn State wins big.
Yep.
Oh, well, I'd say that was informative and fun. If you agree, please hit the like button, sub, and we'll see you next time for some more snaps.